And her Democratic opponent, Dr. Raul Ruiz, will conduct listening tours this month.
KPSP Local 2 mobile journalist Kate Cagle sat down with the Congresswoman to talk about getting Americans back to work.
What I really want to focus in on is how do we make the government more friendly towards doing business in America.
Representative Mary Bono Mack is on a listening tour this week, meeting with local businesses to talk about her new job creation strategy, making Made in America matter again. She wants to bring manufacturing jobs back to the United States. More companies like Tala Enterprises, which just opened in Thousand Palms, promising to bring 400 jobs to the Coachella Valley. But she realizes it won't be easy.
This year, going into this new year, I think we're going to get bogged down by election year politics.
2011 was a year for standoffs in Washington. A divided Congress fought over the debt ceiling and the budget. Their approval rating is at 9%.
It is frustrating, and I've never seen it so polarizing, though, where people are afraid to work with the other side because they're afraid the other side might look good.
Bono Mack's source of pride this year, 2 bills, one to protect online privacy and another to reform the Consumer Protection Agency.
In public policy, there's a sweet spot that you're always trying to find. You're trying to protect the consumer, protect the public, yet you're also not trying to kill jobs.
With almost 14 years in Congress under her belt, she says she's ready for her next term.
So this is what it looked like when we were turning.
Now, Congresswoman Mary Bono Mack will face an opponent this November on the ballot. I'm here with Dr. Raul Ruiz, who is her Democratic challenger. And Dr. Ruiz, talk a little bit about your strategy for creating jobs here.
Well, definitely, Katie. Let me first start by saying that I agree that Congress is very dysfunctional now. Mary Bono Mack is very good at following party line, which has led to this hyperpartisanship and gridlock in Congress. And so what we need to do is start focusing on people and putting people first. And, you know, I'm an ER doc, so there's no partisanship in the emergency room. It's all about taking care of people and putting people first.
What makes you want to join that dysfunction?
The unemployment rates that we have that has skyrocketed, the amount of poverty, the disparities in income, the disparities in education, and also the healthcare crises that we have in our communities.
But I want to bring you back to the topic of jobs, because obviously that's been at the forefront of policy and politics, and it's a huge issue where the unemployment rate here in the Coachella Valley is so high, higher than the rest of the nation.
Well, definitely we have to, well, we all know that by increasing consumer spending, we improve jobs availabilities and the whole economy. We need to extend the payroll tax cuts to the middle class and also the working poor. Mary Bono Mack initially followed party line and voted against extending those payroll tax cuts. We have to start focusing on small businesses, streamline their ability to get loans, cut regulations for them in order to start up faster. And the third thing is we need to start diversifying our economy. We know that tourism is strong here, but it's also volatile. So we have to start focusing on other industries like manufacturing, as well as looking at how we can match the economy with the labor force and looking at more blue-collar jobs with constructions. That's going to be the short-term solution in fixing our infrastructure, our roads, our bridges, etc. And we have to think long-term in terms of improving the educational systems that we have here and reversing the trend of our high school dropout rates. I no longer want our youth to be considered at the bottom of the barrel in the state of California. We need to break those barriers and become a beacon, an example of what we can do as a community in our district.
And Todd, Stella, I think you had some questions for Dr. Ruiz.
What has been the response from the community so far? I mean, last time Mary Bono Mack ran for office again, she ran against Mayor Steve Pugnet, Palm Springs Mayor Steve Pugnet, of course. He lost to her. There are a lot of people who have ran against her, and she continues to win.
Well, I think that the response of the community is that they're fed up. They're fed up with party partisanship. They have seen that she has been siding with the Washington elite, and that they feel disengaged by her. They feel that they have not been heard, they have not been listened by the general public. So they are looking for leadership that doesn't put party above people. They're looking for leadership by true public servants. And that's one of the things that I said straight up when I started this campaign, is that I am not a career politician. I am not a politician.
Got it. We don't mean to interrupt you, but Todd has a quick
No, I just want to say we have to wrap now. Dr. Ruiz, thank you so much for coming in. I can tell you, I was in D.C. a couple weeks ago, and the partisan politics there, it's painful. People are talking about it. It's awful.
I agree.
And, you know, if you are elected, you are going to have a tough road to hoe, because it's tough right there right now.
All right, thank you so much for being with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
Now, your hour-by-hour weather forecast with Carlene Chavis.
Some cold temperatures.